we're back on again because I promised you we would come on again a bit later, but that was a little white lie. Where are we now, Will? Tell us about these big blue chip multinationals and what they're trying to do to the people of the world, not just Treasure Island.
Well, governments and big blue chip multinationals with millions upon millions of turnover per annum, they want the majority of the public to walk around in a stupor, really not wanting to make a difference because it's not in their interest, because they're making so much money. They don't want you to basically challenge them, to question what they're doing, to question why you can't get more money, why you can't get flexibility in your working hours so you can go and spend some time with your families and your friends. They don't want that. And 98% of us will never question that. We will never question authority. We'll never question why we're doing something because we're in a cycle. We're like a mouse caught in a wheel, or a hamster caught in a wheel, just turning round and round and round, and we can't get off it. We're telling you today you can get off it, and the way to get off it is to stand up for what you believe in and what's right. And stand up. If you don't think something's right, put your argument to that person. Don't be afraid. The worst that can happen is they disagree with you. Yep. And the person that looks like an idiot is the person that does not have an argument and just agrees with everybody and says yes, is a yes man. A yes man or a yes woman is the worst type of individual there is. Someone that challenges it and says there's a better way, why don't we try this, why don't we try that? And again, the lift you'll get as an individual and the confidence you'll get from that is phenomenal. So we want you to basically question, and we want you to basically be part of this big community and society change which is happening. Look at Libya, look at Egypt. Who'd have thought a year ago that Colonel Gaddafi's people would have risen against him and challenged him and died for what they believed in, which was freedom, and which was an opportunity for them to make a difference and to change what they didn't think was right.
Yes.
Same with the Egyptians. Look what the Egyptians do. Look what the people in Bahrain are doing.
Yes.
This is right throughout the world, and people are standing up for what is right, and you can do the same. And that's the big picture of what we're trying to do. We're not in any way revolutionaries. All we're trying to do is make a change and make a difference and stand up for what's right and make a positive change. And we all can do that. And we're there and we're making it happen. We may not have made it happen yet, but we're on the road to it. And we want you to join us, and we want you to support us, and we'll support you. It's collaborative.
Yes.
It's different. It's fresh, and it's invigorating.
Yeah. And would you say that it's arguably better to try and look for these changes from within rather than try and look for the changes from other big companies coming in to show you what to do?
Always look from within. The people that are there right in front of you, especially with the companies and organisations, they see it every day. They know what the changes are that are needed. They just need to be asked.
A valuable resource.
Yep.
A valuable in-house resource. Instead of importing professional advisors, use your in-house resources.
Yep.
These are people who are at the coal face, at the cutting edge of things. They know what's going on. Ask them what's going on. Ask them what's good about going on, what's bad, and they'll give you the feedback. And we've got to work on the good. So we've got to eliminate the bad and work on the good and produce renewable energy for all, for the greater good of mankind.
Yeah. It's just all the small things. That's what it is. It's all the small things. Knock the TV off, and when you're not, take it off standby. Use more efficient light bulbs within your house. Try and get away from gas and oil and consider putting a heat pump in, especially when there's so many incentives at the moment.
Exactly.
You know, the opportunities are there, and as usual, as we've often done before, we're too late. We come in too late. And
take
then
a very half-hearted approach to it. We don't approach it like we're serious. We should approach these targets like we mean it. If we're going to do it and set ourselves a goal, let's try and achieve it. The UK has set a goal to join Europe in the 20% renewable by 2020. Now, currently there's more chance of hell freezing than that happening. And why? We've still 9 years to go. Could it be achieved? Yes, in theory it could. But with the intransigence of the governments and the various public bodies, it is just too uphill.
Yeah.
It's going to be, the target is going to be missed, and not for the ability. The ability's there. We have the resources, the ability to do so. It's just there's no incentive to do so, and there's no political will to do so. Without the political will, you're doomed to oblivion.
What can our people do within the United Kingdom to both reduce their carbon footprint, i.e., you know, the amount of oil or gas or non-renewable products that they use within their house, and also, as importantly or more importantly, save money? What can they do?
Well, energy security. If they go for the photovoltaic panels where you're getting sunshine every day, whether you're at work or you're on holidays, it's reducing energy, which is saving the fossil fuels, which is providing better energy security for the whole country. So we have greater energy security, greater access to energy which can't be cut off. Gas supplies can be cut off from Europe.
Yeah,
pipelines.
You get a nice surprise.
And you get a nice surprise in the middle of winter, and you have no control over it. You have no control over your own destiny. Here, you can take control of your own destiny, and there is a way to do it. Get renewable energy into an everyday field where we can use it day and daily to the greater good of mankind.
Yeah.
And it seems like a no-brainer.
What about the Scandinavians, for example? Do they use a lot of oil in their house?
Scandinavians they would never think of using oil or gas. It would be a novelty, because it doesn't make sense. It's a valuable resource. You can use it for other situations which we can't currently use renewables. For example, in transport, a lot of cars and lorries and that are using fossil fuels. Slowly we are migrating a little towards the electric car, electric lorries and what have you. But it's slow coming through, and the technology is still in its infancy. So let's keep the fossil fuels for those occasions when we can't use anything else. And for the occasions when we can use something else, let's use something else, like air source heat pumps, photovoltaic panels, all sorts of renewable energy systems. Why don't we use that? They can be used in most static domestic applications, or indeed commercial applications. So let's use them for the static applications. And in the mobile applications, we'll use the fossil fuels for the mobile until we can develop a fully integrated, synchronized system that can make full use of electricity for powering our vehicles and other mobile uses.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Exactly, and if we can all as a nation make this electricity that we need together, from windmills, hydro, solar, photovoltaic panels,
it will be to the greater good of the whole community, not just one or two people. Everyone will benefit, because we will be less dependent on foreign imported fuel, for which we have to fight wars. We have to go fighting in the Middle East to keep access to these fuels, because without them we would feel lost. Why be held over a barrel? Why not literally? The pun is intended there. Why be held over a barrel for the fossil fuels?
$1 barrel?
Exactly.
Yeah. $100 a barrel.
It's over $100 a barrel worldwide, and that's only going to go up. Oil can only go one way. There's a finite amount.
Yes.
There is an infinite amount of sunlight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Infinite. So all that's going to happen is the price of solar is going to come down. The price of wind is going to come down. And the time is now. The time is not 10, 20 years. The time is now. And if we can all look at another PV. Look at that.
Yep.
Another PV installation. There's a massive
over there.
PV. This is. It's really quite refreshing to see. I hope that our government is maybe watching this, because this is the opportunity that sits before you. You can grasp it with both hands and make a difference, and really be proud of your time in office. Or, as always, you can do a body swerve or do a sidestep and not actually make any difference. Just go into office, and then on the back end make your millions, just like Tony Blair or any of the rest of them. There's very few prime ministers that I could happily say that there's somebody that made a difference. Winston Churchill made a difference.
Yeah.
I don't know if too many of the rest have made a difference.
Stand up for what's right.
Stand up for what's right and fight for it. You'll get respect from the people.
Yeah.
You've done something worthwhile in your lifetime, and you won't have just done what everybody else does, which is not really made a difference, not really made a commitment, and not really cared. Because people know that they're not stupid.
This is for the people, whether you live in Northern Ireland, whether you live in Wales, whether you live in England, or up in Scotland. You have to do the right thing. I mean, there's Wallace himself, 700 years after standing against what was wrong at the time, is still remembered. So let's be remembered for doing the right things at the right